Good Monday morning. I'm Dylan Rumrell, the mayor of the great city of St. Augustine Beach. And today, Patty, our finance director, is here to talk budget. Patty, good morning.
Good morning, Mayor. So this is the time of year when we all get together to start reviewing our budgets. We look at the revenue and the expenditure side, and then we have a lot of meetings that are going to come up. The first meeting and the first step in this process is based on TRIM is Truth in Millage from the Florida Department of Revenue. And they set our timeline. So July 1st starts day one of the TRIM process. It's approximately 100 days long. Our first meeting for the city is typically the last Monday in July. And that's when we'll set our tentative millage rates. We'll also set our dates for our meetings coming up for when the public will have time to come out there and review this. So what I have today is I have a notice of proposed property taxes. And after our meeting in July and our dates and times are set, you'll see over to the right the dates. This is prior years, but it will have the date, the time, and the location of when our meeting will be. And that's what our public wants to look at so that they know when to come to the meetings and they can speak at them. Also, our meeting in July will obviously be noticed. We will talk about it in our July meeting, our regular commission meeting, and we'll definitely set our times and dates at that point. Has to start at 5:01. That's a legal technicality. And we'll definitely have that in the newspaper so our public can come out as well. Typically, our first reading is at the commission meeting in September. That's when we've scrubbed all of our data. Our revenue is finished coming in from the state. Our revenue is coming in from other sources, Florida Power and Light. Our expenditures are starting to be finalized and trued up. Insurance is always one of the latecomers to the table. We always have a delay with that because they have to wait for their renewal prices to come out. So once we have all of that shored up, typically the first commission meeting in September is when we will have all of this information on display and the first reading of the ordinance will be done. And then typically 2 weeks after that, we'll have our final reading so that we can make any final adjustments and then we submit everything to the state and the state does their review to make sure that we've met all of the obligations. There is also a nice handout on the website. We're going to go ahead and load it up, but it is out there for the state of Florida Department of Revenue. And it gives a homeowner's guide to what the millage is, what it means, how to read it. There is a limit to what we can increase our maximum millage rate each year. And every year in July, we get a lot of questions of why are we setting our millage so high?
That was the question. People freak out. They're like, man, it's so high. We're like, nope, you can only set it high.
Correct.
You can only go down from that point.
We can only go down from that point. So as our revenues get trued up, as our expenditures come in and we finalize things, we're going to absolutely look at reducing it back to where we can, right. And legitimately get the best rate in there for our residents and meet all of their needs.
Well, Patty, outstanding job. I know you've been doged this year by the state,
yes.
And so far everything has come out perfectly, and I don't expect anything less. You've been an incredible finance director. We have kept the millage low. We have reduced millage. We have reduced our debt millage. So you have done an outstanding job as our finance director by having the city still operate at the same levels that people expect. So
well, thank you.
Make sure you guys look at that, and then make sure you pay attention. July, September. We got to get this done. We want your input. It's about the public. It's about you all because it's your tax money. But until then, we'll see you next Monday with another edition of Monday with the Mayor.